Okay, hey guys, welcome back. Yeah, I guess I'm just distracted when I'm talking. I did this on the first try. Not to brag. But yeah, it's just distracting to talk and play, I guess. I was feeling kind of bad because I posted the Sonic video where I sang. And I was feeling really good about it, like editing it and everything, and I'm like, I'm really likable in this, and like I come across really well, and like this is a good video. And I posted it on Twitter, and I'm like, this is gonna be it. People are gonna love this video, and it's gonna be my big break. It's so stupid because I'm not doing this for views. Obviously, I have to keep saying that. But yeah, nobody liked it. I actually got an unsubscriber on that video, which I thought was kind of funny. I made a joke about it on Twitter, like, okay, yeah, like, I don't know. My first unsubscriber on the video where I sang. It's just kind of funny. I didn't really feel bad about it, honestly. But my friend Kate gave me some. She's my cheerleader. she likes my videos. And it really is really helpful to get, like, she'll always be like, good job, you're doing such a good job, I know how hard it is, and I'm so proud of you. That sounds silly, but that really does help a lot. But yeah, I've mentioned that before. It's almost more embarrassing for like one or two people to watch a video than for nobody to watch. Because I just feel lame, like, talking this way, and then one person's watching and they're like, I'm the only person. Who else are you talking to? What does that do? Do I get a... Oh, that's it? Yeah, I guess it's hard to make something and to be like, well, I'm really proud of this, and then nobody else likes it. Except for Kate. I don't want to ignore her. She was nice. She commented, and she was like, she's probably the only one who watched it. Yeah, she was just like, good job and everything, so that was nice. I really appreciate it. What was I gonna do? We gotta try this level. Do I get a star if I help this guy? I'm only gonna help you if you get stuff. There we go. My eyes just got really dry. I think I'm just tired. I had to get up early today. A whole half an hour earlier than usual. I had to get up at 6:30. Wow, that's so early. Why don't you do something about it, Toad, instead of just whining? The sand... Wait a second. Okay, I'll try the sandbird again. I thought this was a different level. Oops. Okay, I did want to talk about a fun thing today. Storytelling. I don't know anything about storytelling, but I like to watch like videos on storytelling. Mostly, I guess it's movies. Like I don't read as many books as I should. So I watched this one YouTube channel called Lessons from the Screenplay. And he did a fun episode about The Last of Us, which I really liked. And he interviewed Neil Druckmann. And he mentioned this idea, which is probably something that's super like basic in storytelling that I'd never heard of before. It's called ghosts. It's something in a character's past that stops them from changing, which I thought was really interesting. So in The Last of Us, Joel's ghost is his daughter dying. So that stops him from changing. That stops him from connecting to Ellie and caring about anybody, and it keeps him from being cold. And the great thing about that game is like he does change in the end, but it's like he almost becomes like a villain. So it's like very it's like nuanced how he changes. It's like it's not a typical story, which is fun. He's turning. Where is that last red coin? God, oh god. What have I done? Oh, shoot. I think it's up at the top, probably. So you just have to survive the sandbird. So yeah, super basic storytelling stuff. Character arcs. I always hear about this thing, character arcs. I guess I don't exactly know what it is, but it's just like, if you want to make your story interesting, you have to have the characters change. So that's what an arc is, just a character changing, starting somewhere, ending up somewhere else. So how do you do that? The most interesting way, I think, is to have the character make decisions. So they can either have... well, there has to be something interesting happen, and then the character has to make a choice, and then that's where they change, or that's where they stay the same. And the interesting part of the story is whether they change or whether they stay the same. And why. Uh-oh. Please let me go up. Dang it. So the best way to change a character is to have them make hard choices, not just regular choices. So in like a Telltale game, you make choices. That's why I kind of like those games. And they give you... I guess I like The Walking Dead the best. The first one. And I like the second season too. The game. They give you hard choices, and you have to make them based on what you want the character arc to be, which is fun, because when you're watching a TV show, you don't get to choose the arcs, but when you play a Telltale game, okay, you get to pick the arcs. So like you have to decide if you're gonna shoot somebody or not. And that's why it's never really bothered me that the decisions don't really impact the story, because the story is just whatever you make of it. The arcs are whatever you make of it. Like, my character is doing this for this reason, so you don't really need the story to change that much. For me, I guess it would be better if it would change, but it's like, how are you gonna do that? Like, you're gonna have thousands of branching possibilities. It's not practical. So how do you make a choice hard? You give a character a ghost. I never realized that. Like, what makes a choice hard? Well, if you give a character a reason to not choose the thing that would change them, because that's always the interesting decision. is for them to make the decision to change. Oh, he's changing back. He's going back. He's going back. Okay. Ah. So Joel starts somewhere, and then something happens that changes him, and he makes a hard choice, but he changes. What's the choice? I guess the choice is at the end of the game where he decides to save Ellie instead of letting her die to save humanity. Which is such an interesting and cool story and a story idea. Because he's not doing the heroic thing, but he is growing as a person because he's caring about Ellie so much that he's willing to risk saving humanity and killing all these people to save her. But it makes sense for him to change in that way because of all the stuff that happened before. Like, he's killed so many people before and he's become this hardened person. So it makes sense for him, for that to be the way that he shows his love to Ellie. Which is kind of so cool. I really like it. Piantissimo. I guess that's the only note I really had, just about ghosts, learning about what a ghost is and how it makes a character interesting. I guess that's a problem with some movies that aren't great, is a person makes a decision, but you're like, well, this isn't really a hard decision. This is a decision that anybody would make in this position. Like, if you're a hero in the movie, you do the heroic thing. That's just what you do. But if you make it hard for the character to do the heroic thing for some reason, that makes it a lot more interesting and satisfying when they change. Yeah, I would like to know more about storytelling, but I am too lazy. But those YouTube videos are fun to watch. I think this might be pretty hard. How do I get up there? Okay. Go, 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 go. Is he ahead of me? Did I win? That wasn't too hard. I did kind of like talking about that. That was nice. Maybe I should have started with that topic. That was fun. Is there anything else I know about storytelling? I listen to Dan Harmon a lot, and he has this like story circle idea, which he got from Joseph Campbell, which is like the hero of 1,000 faces, which is the hero's journey, which is basically just all mythology and all storytelling comes from this idea of the hero's journey starting at one place, and like it all kind of follows the same path around a circle, and then you eventually end up in the same place having changed. So I guess it's a similar idea to just like going through the trials and what are all like the points, meeting the goddess and atoning with the father, the trials. Then there's, what's this one? I think meeting with the goddess is at the bottom, and then atoning with the father is at the left. Yeah, I kind of forget what all those things are. Joseph Campbell has this interview on Netflix that I watched, which I really liked, where he talks a bunch about stories of different cultures and like religion, and it was really interesting. It was a good interview. I think it was like PBS or something. Maybe I should read that book. Seems like it might be kind of dense, but I don't know. I guess I do have specific tastes for stories that I kind of just want to know why I like certain things. Like, why do I like Star Wars? There's that scene that sells the whole trilogy for me, where Luke takes Vader's helmet off, and it's kind of cheesy. But Luke's like, I'm here to save you, and Vader's like, you already have. Yeah, I talked about that before. Like, the main thing I guess I like about Star Wars and how they ended it was, like, the idea of Luke being heroic by not giving into his hate and killing the Emperor. Like, that's the heroic thing. When usually the heroic thing in those kind of movies is, like, to just kill the bad guy. But in that movie, it's all about not giving into your hate. And it's his love for his father that saves Vader in the end. It's just stupid. It's kind of cheesy. Okay, I should end there. Okay. Okay. Have a good day. See you tomorrow.